Takaya Young was 21 years old and 7 months pregnant when she was shot fatally in front of a Kroger in Columbus, Ohio, about a week ago. Now, I don't know anything about Takaya Young. I don't know where she was in life. I don't know what her normal day to day anythings were. The only thing that the media has let us know is that she was 7 months pregnant and that she stole some bottles of liquor from the store that she was shot in front of. Oh, yeah, and they'll also tell you that her unborn daughter did not survive. They will also tell you that she tried to run over the officers and that's why they used deadly force. But if you look at the actual video, it's not the same thing they say that it is. So I just wanted to get all that information out before I said anything in this video because there's not enough people talking about it. And I don't give a damn how many bottles of liquor she stole. There's not enough liquor in the world that's worth an unborn daughter and mother's life. Let's roll. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Rico, and you already know it's time for Rico's Rants. Now, of course, I started out the video with all the information about Takaya Young. It is absolutely infuriating that specific case isn't national news. There's not a lot of people talking about it, and it's just absolutely ridiculous. And the little that I do hear being talked about it is, of course, the same regular argument. Well, she shouldn't have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and it's ridiculous. But now let's move on to something that is more national news. This lady, her name is Rhoda Bash. All right. This lady apparently denied a guy her phone number and he hit her in the face with a brick. Look at this, man. Like, look at her face. Like, what the fuck? There is nothing that woman could have said out of her mouth that would warrant a brick upside the head. Like, her face is on swole all over some rejection. And here's what kills me is that literally not even like a full day after this became national news, people are up trying to justify why she deserved or why it was okay that nobody did anything. Like, this is ridiculous. People started posting her old videos. She's a content creator. They're posting all these old videos. And they're like, look what she did. There was like one video where she like slaps a white dude and then twerks or something. And they're like, see, that's why she deserved it. Ugh. There was even dudes like, before I even saw that, I saw my own timeline where people was like, damn, man, if I got hit in the face with a brick, I wouldn't be going live afterwards. I'd be worried about getting to the hospital. Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, are we really in the age that we're in right now where everything goes live immediately? People get murdered on Facebook Live, on IG Live. Are we really going to sit here and judge this woman for going live after being assaulted for denying a dude a number? That's what we doing now? And the dudes in the video that was just like, hey, that's kind of what I want to get into today. First of all, why is everybody questioning anything? Why is anybody questioning anything? Nobody deserves to get hit in the face with a brick. And here's the funny part. The people that deserve to get hit in the face with bricks don't get hit in the face with bricks. Women that deny dudes they number do, though. Where's all this machismo when all these pedos is out here? I don't ever see that. I don't see that same energy, but y'all got the same energy for a woman that rejects you. That don't that sounds real sissified to me. And to the men that wasn't even, in the situation, all the little internet yeah. Seriously, now if this happened to your mama, you wouldn't be saying the same thing. In fact, I saw a lot of content creators talking about, like, hey, you ain't got to be Superman out here. You ain't got to be jumping in everybody's stuff. You never know what could happen. Dude could have a strap, yada, yada, yada. And though those are good points, I think a lot of us use that as an excuse not to get involved. Because my thing's like this. If I'm seeing a woman being harassed, assaulted, whatever, at the very least, I can pick up the phone. Hey, 911. Now, mind you, it's still ACAB over here. But if I'm not personally gonna get involved, I gotta make sure somebody get involved. Okay, we're not just gonna walk away from the shit. And I've even had people in my family tell me like, "Hey, man, that ain't none of your business, man. You don't know what they going through. Sometimes the girls mess around, turn around, start beating on you because you start beating their boyfriend up." Like, I ain't gotta beat dude up or nothing, but I can at least, put a barrier. You know what I'm saying? I'm a relatively big dude. I ain't huge, but like I can at least push dude back, be like, "Hey, bro, what's wrong with you?" You know what I'm saying? And some people will say that's going too far. Oh, you get involved with shit that's not your business. Yada yada yada. Well then, I can't go around calling myself anything close to tough if I ain't willing to do that. You know what I'm saying? And those of you out there that's calling yourself tough and you were this man or that man or whatever, whatever, if you too scary to get in between a dude beating on a woman, then you can't really do that. You ain't tough. You ain't tough. You just a guy to know how to fight. Maybe. Possibly. Like, at the very least, help the woman off the ground and call the ambulance. Something. Because from what it looked like, it didn't look like none of them dudes did anything. And I'm afraid that I know too many men that would do the same thing. And now, of course, when things like this happen, of course, there's going to be the discussion amongst black women and men on whether black women feel protected by black men. I actually I saw quite a few threads where it was like, black women, do you feel protected by black men? And majority of the answers looked like either no, or it looked like I feel protected by the men in my family, but not the average black man per se. I mean, why would they? Why would they? Look at the discussions that happen as soon as a black woman's ever assaulted, whether it be sexually, physically, emotionally, whatever. Look at the responses they get from us as black men, from us. Then when black women say that they don't feel safe around black men or they don't feel protected by black men or whatever, whatever, there's always these not all of us ass niggas that pop up out of fucking nowhere talking about how much of a protector they are and how much they would do and how it's unfair to generalize all men like this and yada 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 yada. And it's like, bro, it is not the fucking time or place. Mind you, these are the same men that when you tell them they're hurt by something, they'll swear to God they're not. They'll swear to God that, oh, I ain't hurt. Y'all need to retire all that hurt shit, man. I don't know what you talking about, man. I'm just speaking from logic. I'm just speaking from fact. Da da da. All right, cool. So why is it every time a black woman says something about black men, you got something to say? I know me, whenever somebody says something that pertains to me, and I know it pertains to me, and I say something back, I'm usually talking out of emotion. I'm usually talking from a place of hurt, unless I've been able to stop myself and kind of do a translate almost in my head of like, okay, when these women are talking about men and they're going, men aren't shit, yada yada yada, are they actually talking about me? Or are they just talking about people that have the same, that identify the same like I do? And after going through that little translation phase, which takes all of 5 fucking seconds, you know what I'm saying? I realized, oh, they're not talking about me. I'm going to let them talk their shit because they're more than likely talking about the men in their lives. And if a majority of the men in these women's lives either have not stood ground like the way they were supposed to, didn't stand 10 toes down, or have been the actual abusers or assaulters or whatever, who am I to pop up out of fucking nowhere and be, not all men. Some of us are really great. Yeah, I know I'm good. That's why I ain't worried about them talking about me. Now, when somebody pop up and go, Rico ain't shit. Rico a ain't shit ass motherfucker. Rico as a man, I don't feel protected around him. Then you know what I'm going to have to do? Before I do anything, I'm going to have to take a look and I'm going to have to go, why does that person feel that way about me? Is there something I have done that have made them feel like this? Now, if it comes down to no, whole different story. Now it's okay, whatever, that's just your opinion, whatever. But if I have done something, I got to rectify for that. I got to hold myself accountable for that. I got to apologize for that. I got to try to make that better because that is my job as a man. Since y'all like to use that as a man shit all the time, As a man, it's my job to rectify that situation. Oh, and by the way, just because I apologize for shitty activities that I may have done younger or I may have done when I wasn't, thinking the way I think now, doesn't mean that the woman has to actually take the apology. She doesn't have to accept it. And guess what? I have to be okay with that because I'm the one that fucked up. Now, of course, whenever I see the discussion, men and women, black men and women, whatever, whatever, the one thing I keep seeing that just annoys the shit out of me to no end is men complaining about the double standards there are for men and women that hurt men. Really? Please explain some of them. Because women being able to talk shit about us and us societally not really being able to say shit because a lot of the shit they're saying is true, that's not a double standard. To sit there and act like the double standards between men and women hurt men more than women is just not only factually inaccurate as hell, but it really does show a lot of the self esteem and trauma issues that a lot of men have. And that has to be addressed whenever we're talking about, especially when we're talking about black men and women and their relationships with each other. Mind you, I'm no expert or anything. I'm just a black man, and this is just what I've seen. So, I'm not out here trying to be a relationship expert or none of that shit. But I'm just going off of the responses that I see when I pop up and say something and when I post things. And I see a lot of hurt in a lot of dudes. I see a lot of trauma. I see a lot of pain. I see a lot of mother issues. I see a lot of father issues. Um, and thankfully, mental health advocacy is becoming more of a thing within the black community. So more people are talking about it, being open about it, and it's getting to a good place. But we still got a lot of work to do, and some of that work is definitely, actually, I would like to say a good percentage of that work is on black men because at the end of the day, like we can talk about how we're, aimed at and and the system trying to lock us up and all this other stuff. But guess what? They're doing the same thing to women plus. You feel me? Like we can all agree that black women have always been at the bottom of the totem pole, but when black women want to pop their shit or want to talk their shit or just want to vent, just get it out, just scream, it's always somebody trying to shut them up. Or it's always somebody trying to justify the wrongs done to them. Well, you shouldn't have this. Well, you shouldn't have that. Well, that lady shouldn't have been making videos. Well, this lady shouldn't have been stealing liquor. Like, why is it always that before that's fucked up that they shot her? That's fucked up that she got hit in the face with a brick. Where's dude at? We need to find dude. We need to hold him accountable. It's no, what did she do to deserve the brick in the face? And this is every day. This happens every day in every black community, whether it be something violent or whether it just be something as little as like, you know, calling a woman out her name because she doesn't give you a number. Oh, funky bitch. Oh, you old ugly ass hoe anyway. You were ugly anyway, bitch. Da, da, da. We didn't all, you know what I'm saying? We didn't all either heard it or said it, one of the two. And all of that, of course, leads into the final point that I want to bring up. The respectability bullshit that we as men and women do when we start talking about the difference between like black women that should be respected and revered and, held up high versus ones that are trashy and classless and all that shit. But I'm gonna just say one thing before I even get into this. Every classless action, every sexual deviancy that's talked about with black women, your mama had to do it for you to get here. Okay? Your mama had to bust it open for you to get here, bro. Sorry, I don't want to hear. Ma'am, sis, you too. Your mama had to bust it open. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know why everybody got this idea that all they parents did was have some regular vanilla ass, casual ass sex. Not even casual, just regular vanilla sex, and that's what made you. And they only did it once, and you can't. Nah, them motherfuckers was fucking. They was doing it. They was switching positions. They was doing oral, whatever. Of course, they're not gonna tell you. You ain't child. Of course, you're not gonna. But all of them had to do it for you to get here. So I'm so tired of black people disrespecting black women for being sexually free. The shit gotta stop. The shit gotta stop, man. And I know I probably done said it a couple times on this channel. I'm gonna keep on saying the shit because it's got to stop. It's got to stop. Women gon' be freaky. You wanna know why? Because they can. Okay? Because they can. Just like I can be freaky, just like whoever I know wanna be. Freak shit gonna happen. Okay? And trying to say, especially people my age and older, trying to be like these new women out here. Bruh, it ain't new. It ain't new. They was busting it open in 92. They was busting it open in 2002. They was busting it open in 2012. And they gonna bust it open in 2024. I don't know what's wrong with y'all coming up with all these fancy ideas, all these made up memories of women being so much more respectful back in your day. Man, look, these motherfuckers been busting it open forever. Okay? Everybody got here the same way. It was called sex. Stop it. And stop the disrespect of the women that do choose to be sexually free. The women that do choose to be sex workers. The women that make music for the sex workers. Y'all don't say shit about Beat King. Mind you, love Beat King's music, but I also love Sukihana's music. Why? It's the same shit. Same shit. Except for one is a woman telling you what you're going to do. One is a man asking, requesting. Not demanding, but much requesting. Always talking about consent. You know what I'm saying? Thumbs up to Beat King. Love your music. But yeah, guys, stop the bullshit, man. And especially those of you that'll sit there and listen to a whole goddamn serial killers mixtape, but got a problem with Cardi B and Meg and Suki and Sexy Red and all this other shit. Like, y'all gotta stop, man, because all y'all doing is showing us how upset you are you can't bone. That's all I'm seeing. And that about wraps it up, man. Y'all let me know what y'all feeling in the comments, man. If you one of these not all men ass motherfuckers, or if you really just one of these dudes, you know what I'm saying, trying to just get better as the days go on, learn, grow, progress. Regardless, holla at me, man. And remember, subscribe. Let me hit that like button, man. Let me get them likes. I need likes. I'm trying to get at least 100, 200 people by the end of the year. I need 200 subscribers by the end of the year. That's all I want. That's not that much. It's not that much. Just share it for me. Fuck with your boy. It's your boy Rico. Holla.